Okay, so let's break that down. The first thing I'm doing is I'm coming in on the lick right there. So what I'm going to do is Slash and all of these kind of cool blues rock artists, what they do, I'm going to start off with this. So I'm starting off with that double note bend, and what I'm doing is I'm bending the 3rd string, 14th fret with my ring finger. You'll notice I have my other 2 fingers on that string as well to enable a better controlled bend. Then I've got my pinky on the 15th fret of the 2nd string. Now that note is not bending at all. That note's going to stay stable. It's going to stay solid right there. So when I bend it, this one goes up, this one stays the same. And then what I do is I come off of that like this. So I'm already up here, so I'm picking the note. I'm doing what's called a reverse bend. Pull off to 12, so I get this guy out of the way, and then back to the 14. Now that note that I'm playing right now on the 14th fret of the 3rd string is A, so it works great over. So it would make sense. So he's doing a bend, well, I'm doing a bend in the Slash style, but I'm doing it over E. A's coming. Okay, now a real traditional kind of Slash lick, I do this one. And then I come out of it with just a pull off back to my E. So what I'm doing here is, again, I'm doing that same bend on the 3rd string, 14th fret with my ring finger. The other 2 fingers are on there as well to do the bend. Then what I do is I head to the 1st string, 12th fret. Then I do a pull off from 15 to 12 on the 2nd string. Now to make this functional, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 1st finger to bar over these 2 strings, over the 1st and 2nd strings. So that's going to make it a little more efficient than having to move it every time when I do my bend. So now my bend is going to be controlled by 2 fingers instead of 3. I'm using my 3rd finger and my middle finger to do that bend. Then I'm going to the 12, and then I'm doing my pull off from 15 to 12. So it looks like this. Now, in order to get it fast again, you always have to concentrate on what you're doing with your guitar pick. Not just what's happening with the left hand, but what's happening with your right hand, of course. So I'm doing this bend, and then I'm going with a down pick to the 1st string. Now you'll notice as I do that, I'm lifting my fingers and I'm deadening that 3rd string so I don't get all of this kind of crazy sound. I'm simply lifting, then I head over here. Now when I go to that 1st string, I need to deaden out that 3rd finger so it's not ringing out on me. So there's 2 things that I do. First of all, the big secret that I always use, which you've probably seen me do before here, but I use the tip of my 1st finger and I lightly touch the string above it. So in this case, I'm pressing on the 1st and 2nd strings, but I'm lightly touching the 3rd string. That way when I let the string go over here with my bend, the string touches the 3rd string touches my 1st finger and it stops vibrating. The other thing I like to do is, because I'm on the 3rd string and I'm going to the 1st string, I've got a little space, I'll tend to bring my wrist in as well, and I'll use the palm of my hand or my wrist, that section of it, to kind of deaden that string as I move down. See how that kind of comes in? So it comes in and stops at. So I'm really just protecting that string from making way too much noise. The most important thing, and I know I say this all the time, but sometimes it's not what you're playing, it's what you're not playing. And that's what you always have to keep trying to focus on, is keeping all of these notes ringing out. So everything's really not overlapping too much, and you're not hearing all of this other noise. And then I end with a pull off from 14 to 12, and then the 14 on the 4th string, which is the E. So you have... Okay. Then I move into this thing. Okay, and what's happening there is I'm just doing another kind of bend, another common thing for Slash to do. I'm on the 1st string, 12th fret again, like I was last time, only this time I'm going to be bending the 15th fret of the 2nd string. So I'm moving from 15 to 12, and again, I'm deadening out the 2nd string by lightly touching it with the tip of my index finger, so when I do take that hand off, it kills that string. Okay? So I'm moving from here, then I move up a whole step to 17 and 14, then I move up to 15 and 18, Then I move up to 17 and 20. Then I move up to 19 and 22. So hopefully you got 22 frets on your guitar there. So I'm coming off my... And here it is nice and slow. A little bit faster. And then I come off it, into that pull off, down to there, and then... Okay, now that covers the beginning of my song. So I've got those unison bends. That's what they refer to those as, because they're becoming the same pitch. See? Again, I'm just not letting them do too much rocking like that. I'm going up, stopping. So you see, as I bend it up, every time this hand comes off, these fingers. I leave my first finger there, though, the whole time. Okay, then that's where the rhythm goes into the G-A-B part. So what I do is I simply start chasing those chords around with pentatonics. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just doing a blues rock and roll thing. Okay, so I'm doing my 7, or excuse me, my 5th fret, I'm bending that up, going to my 3 and my 3 as a bar again. Then I'm doing my pull off. You're going to notice a lot of the same stuff here. It's just different combinations, and that's the most important thing. So, okay. And then I'm going to go here. Okay, so we have 3 bent up, or excuse me, 5 bent up to 3, 3. Pull off from 6 to 3. Then I'm going back to the 5, back to the 3. Then I can do a blues thing by just simply playing 2 pull-offs from 6 to 5 to 3. And then I go to my 5 on the 4th string, which is my root for G. So that's over a G chord. So I'm playing G pentatonic, G minor pentatonic over that lick. Then it goes to an A chord, so I just take that entire thing and move up a whole step. So again, it's not just the licks that I'm playing, which are very blues rock / inspired, but the fact of how he's moving around following these chords. He's changing keys, so instead of just staying in one key, he's moving with it.